So if I really want to crank this up to like, I don't know, put some zeros after this. Yeah, there we go. I mean, there's no way that we could render that many particles, this density of particles. Where'd my mouse go? Hey everyone, Joe here. I hope you're all enjoying your holiday. It doesn't snow where I'm at, but since it's the winter, I thought it would be a good time to play in the snow. This is another early development clip from the archives, covering some VFX work on snow, rain, and explosions. I hope you enjoy it. So the rain effect isn't new, but what is new is it's now much more performant. Previously, precipitation was, so VFXGraph lets you render like literally millions of particles. And so my solution for having global rain was just, well, let's have every raindrop rendered on the GPU for 2.5 square mile radius. Why not? It'll do it. But it was impacting performance a little bit, and you have to save performance budget where you can. So I figured out, okay, what's the right way to do, or I wanted to figure out what the right way to do this is. So I guess it's worth mentioning for a bit why I even went with that approach in the first place. I wanted it's a little bit easier to tell with snow and whatnot, but you can sort of see that as I move around, the raindrops aren't like painted on the camera. So it actually feels more like you're moving through a field of raindrops when you move around, like you're moving a camera through an actual rainy area, or snow. I can do snow too. Let's do snow. So snow, and well, yeah. So you can sort of see like you're moving through the snowy landscape. And if I switch over to the scene, and I go to wherever the camera is, view, there we go. That's what I wanted to see. So the snow actually follows the camera. So as the camera moves around, split this off. It's gonna look a little janky, but you'll get the picture. You can see up here that the snow actually follows the camera around. So as I rotate and move around, yeah, the snow's following the camera. And there's a secret VFXGraph thing, if I can find it, that makes that possible. There's as is often the case in game development, there's like a secret checkbox. Tile warp positions, yeah. So basically it's doing some trickery so that, well, I don't really understand how it works. But it makes it so that you can have a small volume of precipitation. So you're only rendering, I don't know, maybe a few thousand particles right in front of the camera. But as the camera moves, the particles don't get translated along with the camera. They sort of like, when they're outside of that area, they stop getting simulated and new ones start getting simulated where they would be. So it's like you get all the benefits of being able to move through the precipitation volume without any of the, or very few of the drawbacks, especially performance. So so this helps a lot, and this also means that I can like really crank up the rate. If I want to have 10,000 or something. Oh, this is the rain. That's not going to actually do anything. So if I really want to crank this up to like, I don't know, put some zeros after this. Yeah, there we go. I mean, there's no way that we could render that many particles, this density of particles. Where'd my mouse go? Probably crank this down a little bit because you really can't see anything. Yeah, there's no way that we could render this density of particles across the entire map. So just rendering it, I probably need to tweak the visuals here a little bit, but yeah. So, oops, what did I do? There we go. Yeah, there's no way that we could render that many particles, that density across the entire map, and not have my GPU set on fire. So this is a much better approach. This is the classic explosion that's been in the game for a while. Looks pretty cool. It's got a little bit of variation, but it's kind of basic. Been working on a new artillery explosion. So you can see there's a lot more detail going on there. You've got the shockwave, the initial blast, these sort of plumes, lingering smoke. It's definitely not final, but it is getting a little closer to what I want in the end. And of course, as usual, I am stealing from World in Conflict pretty heavily. You can see the inspiration there. Kind of all the same bits and pieces. So more things to tune, but it's a little closer than the old school little kind of cartoony explosion here. I do like the cartoony explosion in some ways, so I may end up going for some kind of a blend of them at some point. But yeah, this is the state of the art for explosions. Just one quick channel member announcement to make. We've got a brand new commissioned officer, Esposito Adam, another very good friend of mine from so many years ago that I don't want to think about it too hard. I really appreciate your support. A big thank you to all of my channel members, Senior Officer Goman Snana and Commissioned Officers Trieg Black Tiger, Ryan Grill, and Esposito Adam. Don't forget to wishlist Infiniwar on Steam, and thanks for sticking with me to the end of the video.